All right, we're undertaking a challenge right now. So it is 2:16 in the morning, and this video is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy, Mocha Grinds, Monster Rehab. This is the tea lemonade. It's phenomenal. Got to thank RG for that one, and then a bunch of coffee. So we're gonna get this thing started. What this thing started off as was a video just to show you how you can tie a Yosemite Bowline in Bight. So it's tieable in Bight, which I was unaware of until I got a chance to read Mark Gomer's paper on bowlines, which shows about 100 different versions of a bowline with every scientific data of its closed helical nipping turns that you'd ever really want to know about bowline. So phenomenal author, very knowledgeable guy. So in doing this, to show you basically tieable and Bight, we got to talk about a couple other things first. So tieable and Bight we'll attack first. So most of the knots that you may be familiar with doing traditional rescue, like the figure eight, is tieable and Bight. So to get to ABOK, or Ashley Book of Knots 1047, to get your figure eight, it's tieable and Bight. We took a Bight, we tied the knot. Now that knot is also, you're able to reach the same 1047 figure eight by doing a rethread version of that. Then, so most of our climbers have probably done that, or this is a way you can obviously, you'll see people tying off when they're doing a high friction or a capstan hitch on a tree, in which we tie a Ashley Book of Knots 524 first. So it's a two-stage knot. So we tie 524 first, come back through our harness, our tree, and then we end up retracing this baby through. So, and in the end, what we're left with is the same 1047 knot. So this knot is not what they call post-eye tieable, because I had to tie a knot before I passed it through the harness or the ring prior to doing that. And when I untie it, the opposite is true, is the knot, even when it's undone, still has a knot in it. So that is not post-eye tieable. A knot that is post-eye tieable is the bowline, meaning that I can run this end through that eye and then tie my knot. So this is post-eye tieable. So that's tieable and Bight and post-eye tieable. Another knot that is tieable and Bight, which we do quite a bit, is the double Bight bowline. So I can take that Bight, run it through, and if you guys remember this, we have a video on this. Tie that knot, kind of find where that water passes under the bridge, go over, grab that water, pull that up. Now I can tie this, I tied this at the end of the rope on this case, but I can tie this anywhere in that rope, and if I'd go mid-rope and tie this, then I can actually load either side, in which it is then called eel, E-E-L, being able to load either one of these sides. So moving on with what we've been discussing, tieable and Bight versus post-eye tieable, is not all of your bowlines are tieable and Bight, but some of them are. Included in Mark's paper, there's obviously another brainiac on there named Constant, and I'm not going to try and mess his last name up, from Greece, who oddly enough notes that any of your bowlines with a Jones polynomial of 1 are tieable and Bight. So apparently, in other words, that means that they are equivalent to an unknot. So go ahead and hit up Wikipedia and check out your Jones polynomial and find out if you agree with Constant or not. He also states that a lot of the bowlines that finish with the tail exiting through the collar, like a Yosemite, which will go parallel with the S part of your knot, are also tieable and Bight. That's not true for all of them, but that's another pointer out there. So let's take a look at the original intent of this video now, and let's look at tieable and Bight Yosemite Bowline. So we're going to try and keep this somewhat compact so we can see it fairly clear on the video. We're going to take this Bight and we're going to just roll that just like that. This tail part, I'm just going to bend just right over here. Now, what we're going to do is roll in your loop just like this. And now, I'm trying to get this so you can kind of see where we're going here, is this just comes straight there, out. See, there's no twist in this area here, and then we backflip that knot right over. So now, we've got to figure out what is this mess of crap here. So right off the bat, we know that this is going to end up, this Bight here is going to turn into our Bight, and then it's going to be the collar as it goes over the S part. And so that's pretty easy to see. This first one that goes to our standing part, we know when we tighten that, that's going to be that nipping turn. So we know that that's the first one on there. We know that this goes right behind it, so I can pull on this and see it's here. So I know that that belongs right here. I can straighten my bowline up just like this so it starts taking shape. And then as I pull that one in, we now have our Yosemite Bowline tied in Bight.